Hey, this is Jesse with Create This. This is my Engel MR040 fridge. It is a 12 volt fridge, so you can plug it in with this 12 volt cigarette plug adapter, or it's also got a built-in inverter, and you can plug it in with this regular AC cable. It's fairly small. I fit it in the back of my Ford Flex for a little while on one or two trips. It's a little larger than like a regular cooler, so you kind of need some room to use something like this. I think people usually use them on RVs or boats. I use mine in my Ford Transit 350 XLT van, and what I do is I leave it plugged in all day long while I'm on the road, while I'm traveling. It keeps whatever I have in there nice and frosty. Really cool stuff. But when I'm on the road with the family, often in the middle of the trip, somebody wants to get something out of the fridge, right? The problem with this fridge is the only way I could find to secure it is I use tie-down straps over the ends. So I took out the rear row of seats in my Ford Transit van. The row of seats bolted down to the floor using like these straight rod things, and the seats would just kind of like clip in with the straight rods. So what I did is I hooked my tie-down straps to those straight rods where the seats used to be, and then I would just tie it down, right? And that worked pretty well, but the problem was ratcheting tie-down straps are kind of a pain in the ass to remove. So anytime we wanted to get into the fridge, we'd have to remove the tie-down straps. It took like 2 or 3 minutes. It just wasn't fast. You didn't want to do it while you were on the road, because then if you got in a wreck or something, the fridge becomes a missile. The solution for all of that is this Engel Transit slide lock. This is a custom product that they make, and it's made out of like 2 halves of what looks like ABS plastic. It's got these little hooky things. You put these feet in there, and then it all locks in, right? You have your tie-down straps on this. You don't have your tie-down straps, like it's got screw holes right here, right? So you strap this down to the chassis of the van, or the boat, or the RV, or whatever, and then the fridge just slides in right there. Now, where Celeste's hand is right here, there's a locking one. So that one won't come out. That's the only one that locks. There's a blank for the lock over here too. All right, sorry, the camera angle is a little weird. So the way this foot works is you've got this little button right here, and you just push the button and then the foot comes off. So if you slide it in there, it's locked, it won't come out, and then you push the button and it finally comes out. It actually looks kind of chintzy. I'm not sure how long it'll last, but it's a good system, because then you strap down this piece and you don't have to actually strap down your fridge, and you're free to open the lid whenever you want. So the first thing that Celeste and I are gonna do is we're going to replace the existing feet on the Engel fridge. It's got these little rubber feet with these hard plastic feet that come with the slide lock. So let's get to it. All right, so we're gonna tip it back right like that. Yeah, we got it. Okay. I guess these rubberized bumper things are what has to come off. So we're gonna get a screwdriver and take those off. Yeah, there you go. Good job, keep going. All right, I think we did it. This is like the rubber cover that goes on right here, right? And when you remove it, there's actually a void that goes into the internals of the machine. There's a fan right here that I can touch, and there's like a condenser cage or something, some sort of a cage with wires on it, bars on it. I believe I lost my instructions, or maybe mine didn't come with any. I believe what I'm supposed to do here is I'm supposed to put this foot in this hole right here. The rubber feet that it came with have a hole right here for this foot, but the screw isn't long enough. So you actually have to remove the foot to put the screw in, but then the bolt is too long. It contacts the fan on the inside, and actually somebody who is reviewing the MR040 fridge on Amazon mentioned this. I don't want to completely remove this foot, because I feel like if I completely remove this foot, I feel like something's going to get in here and damage the equipment, and I don't want that to happen. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this foot attached. I don't know, I think I'm going to call Engel and ask them what they recommend. So I figured out what's going on here. I just did a quick phone call to Engel Coolers.com. The nice lady on the phone told me that there is an adapter kit that solves this problem. What it is they give you a separate unit that goes over this part and also over this part, and kind of makes like a level surface with which to put the foot on. and then they give you a larger bolt, a longer bolt to go through. I bought that 2-day. It'll be here soon. I'll continue this when it arrives. All right, so that's the adapter kit. So these little feedy things, they've got like a washer on the inside there, metal washer. So they go over here, and then the original Transit slide lock feet go on top of that. That's your setup. Comes with new screws. Hopefully these are big enough. And it also comes with these spacer doohickeys. And the only thing I'm a little concerned about is I'm worried that these screws are not long enough. I thought they would give me something a little longer than that. That's only going to stick out just a very tiny amount. That won't even go through the rubber. I think they were supposed to give me a longer screw here. So I called Engel Coolers, and I asked them, I said, hey, this is the screw that you gave me. What's the length of the screw that you're supposed to give me? And they called me back after a day, and they said, this is the length. So this is roughly like 3/4 of an inch long, and this is 1.5 inches long. I plugged this one into like the little screw adapters that they have at the hardware store. This is an M6x1, and this one is an M6x1x40. Okay, so these are metric. I tried it in the SAE American standard, you know, stuff, and it didn't work. So I tried attaching one of these, and it does attach. However, I'm almost positive that this screw is actually a little bit too long, and I think it's contacting one of the cooling fans inside of the case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these feet on camera, and then I'm going to turn the fridge on, and if I hear any clattering, I'm going to immediately turn it off, and I'll get a hacksaw out and I'll trim off a couple of threads from one of these screws with the hacksaw. So the way this works is you get these little hollow collars, and you got to put the little hollow collars into the existing rubber foot like that. Then you take your screw, put it through the foot, and then put it through the adapter. Slide that on, and then you should be able to just tighten it down. I'm using a regular Phillips head screwdriver, no big deal. Next, hollow bushing, screw, foot, and adapter. Okay, bushing. Okay, so all of our feet are on. Let's plug this thing in and see if the fan contacts that screw head. I think it's going to, but maybe we'll get lucky. The unit is on, and I don't hear any additional noise, so I think we may have gotten lucky. I've just got this piece of 3/4 inch choice maple plywood. I think I got this from Lowe's or Home Depot, one or the other, I don't remember. And I'm going to cut it to 26 by 23.5, I believe. No, sorry, 26.5 to 23. This dimension is going to be 26.5, right about there. And then this way, it's going to be 23, okay? So I've already got my fence set up. Let me just get my safety glasses on, and we'll make this cut. And away we go. So now we've got it 26.5 long. Let me just verify that is the case. Yep, 26.5. Now we just need to go 23 inches long this way. All right, so I will set my fence to 23 inches long, and we'll make another cut. All right, so what we'll do is we'll take this up to the van. We'll do a test fit, and then we'll start marking out where the tie-down holes are going to be. All right, so this is the back of my van with the rear cargo doors open. As you can see, I've got a couple of bikes over here on the left. This van was originally built to seat 12 people. It had 12 seats, and so what I did is you can see these hooks right here in the floor, these little slots that are cut out. That's where these factory seats mount. So there was another row right here, and it would seat 4 people in that rear row. So I took out that row, and I'm using these ratcheting tie-down straps to hold down my 3/4 inch thick piece of plywood. So I've got one there, and then I've got another one right over there. And that does a pretty good job of keeping these bicycles mounted. I mean, they stay upright, they, you know, they can wobble a little bit in their mounts, but for the most part, they're they're fairly well seated. All right, let's see how good my measurements were. Here's my plywood that I cut. That's pretty good. It fits nicely. I could have made this all one piece, right? I could have made this and this all one piece that fits the whole back here. But I decided that what I wanted to do was a more modular setup because I thought, yeah, you know, sometimes I'll want to bring the fridge, but I won't want to bring the bicycles. And sometimes I'll want to bring the bicycles, but I won't want to bring the fridge. So this provides me a way to mix it up. I believe the seats, or the seat mounts, are in precisely the same location on this side as they are on that side. I think it's just a straight row all the way across, so keep it nice and simple. All right, so now that I've got my outer lines for my holes, all I have to do is figure out how far away they are and draw those lines. So I'm gonna call it, on this side, I'm gonna call it about 2 inches from this board. How wide is my notch here? 2.5 inches wide, so 2 inches over, 2.5 inches wide. This one is about 5.5 from the wheel well. Right there. 2.5 inches wide, sorry. Right there, okay. Okay, now you can use whatever you want to drill the holes in the corners. And we drill holes, I'm going to drill holes in the corners here so that I can get my jigsaw started. I'm gonna do this with a jigsaw. I'm sure there are a million other ways to do this. Last time I did this, I ended up using just a regular drill. So you can use a regular drill if you want. I am going to use a brace and bit for this one, just simply because I own it and I don't get to use it very often, and it's always kind of a pleasure to use. So we'll try one hole with the brace and bit and we'll see how it goes. Poking through on the bottom already. Yeah, there's a little bit of tear out there. Not too bad, but there's some. It takes a little bit of effort, but it makes a pretty nice hole, all things considered. Let's try it with a power drill next. So we'll try the power drill next. These are some really nice bits from a company out of, I believe it's out of Minnesota. It's called Triumph. I think I bought these on the Lee Valley website. I was looking for some good high-speed steel drill bits, and these came up. So let's see how they do. Yeah, I think in the interest of time, I'll probably just continue using this one. Okay, now that we got all our holes, all we gotta do is cut out the inside with the jigsaw. All right, jigsaw time. That's one. That's two. One more to go. All right, so this is a 1/4 inch round over, and I'm gonna try to put a round over all the way around it, and that'll just hopefully keep the strap from having anything sharp to catch on and keep it from breaking in use. There's my on switch. Good. Let me slow it down maybe, that might be going too fast. Well, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I think that's better than it was for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's sweet. I like that. We're done. No, I'm just kidding. We got to drill holes. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of get this where I want it in between. Crap. There it is. All right, hopefully not drop any more screws. Those are hard to find. I reckon right about there is pretty good. It matters that I go straight, right? So I think what I'll do is I'll clamp this down, and that should make the drilling even easier. I can actually go through the side right here. No reason why I can't. And I believe one little clamp will do it. A little bit of toilet gasket wax from Ace Hardware. Just put a little bit on the end of every screw here. That'll make it go into the wood a little easier. It's a little hard for me to remember, but I think this is the side that the wheel well is on. So if that's the side with the wheel well, this actually needs to go this way. I don't think that's a problem. It won't change anything. All of our mounting holes are still in the same place. I just want to make sure that I can slide the fridge in this way because the seats will be right here, and I can't slide it in that way. All right, set my chuck to, or my clutch to, we'll start on 1 for now. It's probably too light. There we go. We got a fridge mount. That's all there is to it. Let's go install it. I'm excited. Oh yeah, fits nicely. Man, I love seeing a plan come together. That's pretty secure. All right, so it wiggles around a little bit, but not too far, right? I think if I could get ratchet straps that were a little shorter so that the buckle was in the middle instead of like, you know, way at the end over here, I think it would move around even less. But I mean, I think that'll meet my safety need. So let me get the fridge and put it in there and we'll see how it looks. Holy crap, that's it. It's locked. Yeah, that's nice. So yeah, I mean, it shifts around a little bit, but it's not gonna go anywhere. And I think I can work on the ratchet straps. Maybe I can put a wedge in there or something to give it like a little hump to clamp down on. I'll figure something out, but I think that's pretty good. And now, look, when I'm on a trip, I just open that junk up. My power outlet is right here behind this cup here. So I just plug this in right here, plug the other end in to the bottom of the fridge, and I'm ready for the road. Let's see how complicated it is to unlatch. Push this button right there, push, and you're done. I like it. All right, this is Jesse with Create This. I hope you found this video interesting or useful. If you're interested in picking up one of these fridges or the Engel slide lock, this is an MR040F, I believe. I will have a link to this fridge and the slide lock down below the video in the description. So there's like a little thing down there, you click on show more and it's right there. Those are Amazon affiliate links, so I get a small commission if you click on them, but you know, it just helps support the channel and make sure that I can keep buying and building cool stuff for the channel to keep it going. If you have any questions about this build or anything that I did in this video, or if you just have any comments, go ahead and leave me a comment down below the video. I usually respond pretty quickly. Hey, if you liked the video, hit the like button down below. If you hated it, hit the dislike button and tell me why you disliked it. As always, thanks for watching and please subscribe.